Okay, we've made it over to the Precision Matthews. We got our 3-jaw mounted up here. And we're going to use this step here. That should be all we need. I am going to grab my soft blow hammer. I'll be right back. Just want to go around and tap them and just make sure it is seated up against those jaws. I'll have to get you a closer video. You can really see where the 4-jaw on the pacemaker, that Cushman, where it really bit into this material and was holding it really well. You can see where the 4-jaws was really biting into the material well, really only holding about 1/8 of an inch of that material there. You can see it really good on that one. But that's one of the benefits of a good independent 4-jaw, is that it really hold the material well. We're going to use our standard CNMG 431. You got it kicked at a little bit of an angle there. That's all the way back. All right, here we go. So approximately 230 thou. Maybe I should just grab my calipers and we'll see. Let's see what we're getting. Yeah, around 490, so about 240 thousandths. I think I'm going to change up my tactic just a little bit. I'm afraid that this rough edge here is going to damage our insert. So I believe before we start facing it, just to kind of help it out, we'll go ahead and just kind of turn that down just to smooth it out. I'm going to grab a different tool. Okay, we've got a left-hand turning tool in there, and that's what we're going to use. So let me slow it down. Let's see if the machine will handle I'm just hand feeding it up here. All right, got rid of all the interruptions there. So that should help. And now I need my pliers again. Here's my rule. Do 50 thou at a time. 10 thou feed rate. Let's kick that up 1 notch. I'm going to go to 11 thou. And cleaning up that rough edge from the water jet. That's just to help save that tool from chipping. I'm gonna go grab my pliers now. always a chip that's got to hang up. All right, we got 97 thousandths to bring it to 1¼ inch. Take another 50 and then we'll back off for that final cut. Getting about 1/1000th out of parallel. All right, so let's take the let's take the 47th thou depth of cut there. See, right there at the end, it was trying to scratch it again. But we got a good finish on there. Feels nice and smooth to the touch. Go ahead and see where we landed here. That is 250. $249. Yep. So getting about 1/1000th out of parallel on it, which is going to be just fine. So we'll go ahead and swap this out, this tool, and we'll get our chamfers on there next. I'm just looking at them. I'm not measuring those chamfers, but we're just trying to make them about equal. All right, one down, 3 to go. Got a little piece of Scotch-Brite here, and I just want to buff these faces just a little bit because I can feel just some spots on those faces. And let's just see if that helps it any. They feel smoother anyway. All right, going in with number 2. This flange, I've been taking 60 thou a pass just to try to get it down to 4 passes. Let's see where we're at, and let's see if we're cutting any more parallel. That's about 307 and a half. .307. .308. So we still got about 1/1000 out of parallel, but we're good there. I did change the insert too. I noticed the one that I was running, it had some wear on it, and so I just went ahead and put a fresh tip on there. All right, we just finished facing flange number 2. I guess I better check it, make sure that we landed where we want it right there. So there's 250 and a few tenths. 250. 249 and a half. So we're still within that 1 thou out of parallel, but good enough for the work that we're doing here, making some pipe flanges. Take this one out. Go ahead and get another one going. Just wipe the jaws out before you put the next workpiece in. Wipe the face off the workpiece too. All right. All right, this is number 3 finished on the face. So we got one more left to chuck up and face off. All right, let's get our forward flange finished up here on the lathe. Been trying to get you guys some better detailed video of the cuts today. Hopefully they turned out okay. All right, trimming the rough cut off there. And I can't remember if I mentioned it earlier or not. We're going to 60 thousandths a face. That's 4 passes total that we're doing, because we need about 240 thousandths off of it. And this has been lining up very close to my 0 point every time. This is roughly 65 thou. Machine's handling it nice. Sounds good, looks pretty good. I've continued to have a couple issues on the finish pass there with the chips trying to scratch at the end. I guess it's just one of them days. $50 thousandths on a facing pass is kind of like my general go-to whenever you're facing stuff off. It's easy to keep up with. It's a pretty good load on the machine, not overloading it. So I think 50 thou is just sort of my go-to, but in this case we're doing 60 now, so that's 6. Now we're gonna go another 60. So this is just about finished up, our lathe work anyway. And when we finish facing this one, I'm gonna switch gears over to the Miltronics VM. I've got to get one of the vices moved off out of the way, and then get another vise set up with some Mighty Bite jaws so we can hold something round on it. Trying to get it before it starts rubbing, that chip gets bound up at the end. All right, and we're gonna go another 60 plus 10, so I'm sorry, 50 plus 10. And then we'll mic it and make one more pass. That chip still got bound up in there. One more pass though. Micrometer, where'd you go? Here you are. Should be about 58, I think. Yep. 58 thou. 58 up on the DRO, so it's the same as the other 3. I'm just lining it up 58 thou, and then we're minus 4/10 on the DRO. We'll try to move that tool out of the way quickly before it scratches the finish this time. Like that. it starts pushing that chip over and losing some of the pressure, and then it wants to wrap up on the insert there and scratch your finish. Much better. And then those try to scratch you too. All right, that looks good. And what I've been doing is right on this edge here, right on the chamfer, it's leaving sort of a sharp feeling edge there. And what I have been doing is taking this and just trying to just soften up that edge just a little bit, where the face and the bore meet the 45-degree chamfer there. And you got to be really careful. You can do it here too, just like that. And that softens that up nicely. I've been using this just to kind of get the, what I call fuzz, off the face. I'm not even really pushing it very hard, but just getting those fine, really fine pieces of metal off the face there. And that looks good right there. All right, let's check it. That one is 248 and 249. All right, so we went a thou under what I was hoping for there. 248 and 249 is what we're measuring. 1.248. Okay. That guy is finished. I'm going to go ahead and take this one out of the lathe. All right, guys, well, the lathe work is all completed on our pipe flanges here. I'm real happy with the outcome. We've got some good surface finishes on there. Dimensionally, they're all correct and everything worked out good. I had fun going over to the old American pacemaker and utilizing that. And you see the advantage of having a larger swing chuck on a lathe to be able to, you know, hold parts like this and get them turned and bored. And then simply come over here to a 3-jaw and finish the facing, and it all worked out pretty good. So I believe I mentioned earlier that I've got a drill on order, still waiting on that to get here. I ordered a 20mm Tungmeister drill from Tungalloy. That's a carbide tip drill that has through spindle coolant integrated into the tool. I also got some sealed collets on order too. I believe everything should be here today. If not today, maybe tomorrow. And then I will get those tools set up and we'll begin the setup to get our drilling done. We are going to use our Miltronics VM3018 to drill the holes. That's the machine that I want to use because I do have CTS over there, you know, through tool coolant, and that's what I wanted to use. So these are just simply drilled holes. They don't need to be milled to a specific size and have a beautiful surface finish on the inside. So a simple drilled hole is all that's needed in these flanges here, and I definitely wanted to make use of my new VM over there when we get this done. So when I get my tools in, I'm going to bring you guys back. We'll start setting these guys back up in the CNC mill, and we'll get these guys drilled and finish this job out. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you come back for the finish. All right, so we'll see you then.